Welcome back to the 10K Trading Series. In this video, we're going to be delving deep into the performance metrics over the past 12 months, breaking down our target versus actual results, highlighting some of the biggest wins and losses, and addressing the challenges we've faced along the way. We'll also be covering the process behind the strategy, the key lessons learned, and some of the exciting new features that have been introduced, including the latest updates. Today is the 31st of January 2025, and we started the 10K Trading Series on the 1st of November 2023. So it's been 457 days since starting this series. We started with a bank balance of 10,000 US dollars, and today the balance stands at around 15,800. So we're up around 58 or 59%. We've got over 3,000 completed deals now. The vast majority of these deals have been profitable. We did have some difficulties fairly early on into the series, which we'll go into. We've got pages and pages and pages of results. You can find the week-by-week journal inside the Telegram group, which goes into a lot of detail about using these trading tools. And for complete transparency, you can get access to the full list of 2,000 to 3,000 trades made over that 12-month period. So very quickly, what is the Advanced DCA Tool? Well, it's a script that trades for you automatically, and it also allows you to backtest and view its effectiveness. Basically an add-on for the really popular trading websites, Gainium and Altrady. For the past 12 months or so, I've given it 10,000 US dollars to play with. So if we open up and we look at the results, you can see that we've got a fairly steady rise on our chart day by day. We can look at our profit net loss per day. And if we look at profits by pair, we can see some of the outstanding coins and the more average coins down here. You can see here that our most profitable coins have been OM, SYN, and HARD. These charts don't really paint a full picture. For example, the total summary only shows you trades that have closed. It doesn't show you trades that are open or trades that were closed outside of . So our chart should actually look a little bit worse than what we've got here. The best way to track your portfolio's day-by-day value is to look directly at your exchange, which we'll also take a look at. And as we scroll down the page, we can also see that there's been a number of different version updates of the scripts. We started on version 5.3, we moved on, and now we're currently running version 7.0 and upwards. You can get a full and detailed changelog of these updates on TradingView. So how do our actual profits compare to our target profits at the very start of the series? At the start of the series, we discussed we would be aiming for a target of 0.1 to 0.3% daily growth of your total balance. And if we plug our numbers into the spreadsheet, we can see that we're just touching on this. We're at the lower end of our target, which I'm actually really happy with. Overall, the tool has produced a very desirable annual return rate that compares pretty well to perhaps some of the well-known and globally recognized investment giants. Although you could perhaps argue that this is crypto and it's not really comparable, it's acted as a solid and reliable wealth generator, which myself and our valuable members are very pleased with. So I trade using Spot, which means strictly only using the money that I own. However, a popular choice amongst our members is to use leverage, which can be a great way to amplify your returns significantly, providing it, of course, aligns with your own risk tolerance. It's really important to acknowledge that the 10K Trading Series has not been without its flaws and areas for improvement. Quite early on into the series, we faced some challenges with some certain coins that were difficult to trade and consumed significant portions of funds. A coin called Unify, which experienced some tremendous downward pressure. It fell a lot in value, and because at the time we was only trading 8 coins, whereas now we're trading 20 coins, we had quite a lot of volume in that one, and it dragged the entire balance of the account down. This led to higher exposure to a single asset instead of maintaining diversification. And as a result, I did have to manually add funds to the account, which you can see on the chart here, to manage those positions effectively. Once those problematic deals completed, the additional funds were withdrawn and time was taken to review the situation, reflect on what went wrong, identify areas for improvement, and add new features focused on improving risk management. These updates and techniques aim to reduce the likelihood and minimize the impact of overexposure to a single asset that's underperforming in the future. And after about a month or so, we did come back into the series, realizing those losses and continuing from there. So while we did have some downtime to look back and reflect, we've come back stronger and much more resilient to these difficult trading scenarios. And even with this, when we look at our actual and projected growth into the future and into 2025 and 2026 and onwards, if we can continue to have an annual growth rate of in and around 50%, which is extremely ambitious. We've got a really promising future ahead. I'm really excited for 2025 and to continue developing, researching, and improving upon the trading strategies we've already got, which brings us on to our next subject, updates. You can get the full changelog on TradingView. We started the series on version 5 and there's been tons of iterations in between. This video just covers the differences between version 7 and 7.15. So the first one is a small additional feature. We've added a new stop loss strategy. You can now enter a number of days for deal duration. It's also incremental. The dashed red line will be plotted onto the chart, marking the duration. So if a deal lasts longer than 2 days in this example, it will exit that deal, whether it's in a profit or a loss, which can be really helpful if you don't like deals to last a long time. We've also got a small update that simplifies the start and end date time inputs. Instead of having to individually enter numbers for the time, day, and year, you can now just use this helpful widget. On mobile devices, it also shows a little clock for the minutes. If you're using PC, you can manually enter a specific minute. Additionally, a feature that's really helpful is you can now drag this vertical bar to your desired date and time. So if you want to backtest or run the script for just a specific period of time, you can now drag the bars to that area, which makes life a lot simpler. The next update comes from TradingView themselves, which has made it a lot quicker and easier for us to set up live trades, which is excellent. You can now create just one alert which manages multiple coins at once, placing base, safety, and exit orders all independently and individually of each other with just one alert, which is a huge improvement because previously we would have to create individual alerts for each and every coin, and this will save us a hell of a lot of time. The next update is in the Advanced DCA Tool. For anyone who uses leverage with free commas, it should make your life a lot easier. So the good news now is it automatically detects that you're using leverage. You don't need to do anything else. It will just send the correct message in the correct format as you'd expect. Previously, you'd have to manually input into the pair override every single coin that you would like to trade, and it can be quite tedious when setting up and creating alerts. And if you didn't do it just right, you might receive an error. You didn't need to do this if you was trading spot or if you was trading with a single pair, but if you was trading with multi-pairs using leverage, you'd always have to do this. This is also compatible with TradingView's new Watchlist Alerts. So yeah, this feature is now available with both spot and leverage trading, which is excellent. The existing safety order signals do a really excellent job of getting in at opportune moments and bringing down your average price paid. And you've also got the flexibility of choosing how you'd like to realize your profits with a selection of great take profit strategies. Some of you guys have been having difficulties with dynamic take profit, where unfortunately it hasn't exited a deal. And generally speaking, dynamic take profit does a great job overall. Myself and many of their members have reports of some excellent profitable deals, even some from today, which were really great to see. Dynamic take profit does sometimes choose to prolong deals when it identifies promising opportunities, which then retrospectively looking at that deal can be frustrating if the deal does not exit. But for the most part, dynamic take profit does do a great job of exiting those deals at opportune moments. It can be really quite challenging to develop and build signals that are reliable and work across a multitude of different trading scenarios, timeframes, and coins. So for those that are experiencing this, try out dynamic trailing take profit. Dynamic trailing take profit offers additional exit criteria using the trailing value, although it might yield slightly lower profits than dynamic take profit. The default settings have now been adjusted to this. So when you first load up the script or you reset to default, it will automatically change to dynamic trailing take profit now, because I feel like this is a bit friendlier towards newer traders, and for the traders who are more experienced or perhaps are feeling a little bit more ambitious, you can try moving to dynamic take profit. Now, obviously this doesn't fix or improve the signals. I'm not abandoning that. In fact, I'm actually working on a signal generator at the moment that's very much a work in progress. I did explain in the group chat that I'm in the process of building a system that has multiple strategies loaded in it, and depending on the market conditions or market mood, the system selects the best strategy. So for example, if the market is moving up, it selects the best strategy for that, and if it's moving down, it selects the best strategy for that. So it will need to monitor the performance of each of these strategies and their effectiveness in the background to determine which is the best for the current market conditions. So yeah, time is definitely being spent on finding reliable signals. Overall, I'm really impressed with the level of performance from the Advanced DCA tool and how it's grown and evolved over time. Not to mention the support from our excellent community who've brought forward a wealth of valuable ideas, trading insights, and knowledge. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this update. Cheers, bye.